This is something new. This is for a very dear friend of the poetry world whom we lost this January. F-E. Firm, fluid, flirtatious, funny, fickle, famous, educated, excellent, excitable, exuberant, elegant, empowered, flouncy, feminine, fantastic, enticing, engraving, emergent, F-E, flamboyant, expert, principal, energetic, F-E, me up, watch, me up, hop, oh you, me hop or more, me hop or less. Fancy, elegant, F-E, me hop or less. Feminist, empowered, forever to be missed.
All right.
And now something old. Joffrey Stewart wrote this. And it's called Go Tell It on the Mountain. On a sliding scale, Jesus was nailed anywhere between February in the year 2 of the second or the third millennium in April, sometimes on my birthday. But Peter Bartles made it past the Easter man's crossed up 33rd to the Sunday before Bastille Day, singing for beach poets as a feature on his birthday. Singing from his CD. You might note some skill at verse, but you didn't know he could sing. But he did, a title not of his own composition, and which you already know about. While this grass-skirted man strummed, Cathleen demonstrated dance while holding baby. And when reciting, which is called reading, her poem cadences emerged with shouts to suppress clatter from the action of bashing a tree-hanging piñata, stubborn to give up its contents, making it converse with rority near the dip and sandwich carts. I remarked how it took me 9 months to catch up with Lyndon LaRouche, who understood instantly as it happened that the wreckage of 9/11 came from the same source as repair at the Pentagon. In round-robin performance, I was followed by a man named for Eve's live-in boyfriend, offsetting my attacks on Jewish chauvinism, supposedly by criticizing Arabs the way I could, but with patriotic bias that takes no account of 54 years of Palestinian suffering. This is truly Joffrey here. That motivated 19 Arabs to give their lives in protest, so they thought, never to know they gave all to Bush, who might have known when they would impact Twin Towers before they did. Most of them, military discipline can do things like that to you, giving the masters of deceit their Pearl Harbor excuse to attack all the liberties that Adam used his lines to celebrate. God was not kind to Adam. A man about to enter the army next day ended his poem in dying mood, prompting my purple heart to say, I would that he were not foretelling his own end. 2 uncut watermelons there were for all the poets that didn't come. I did retrieve my poem copy, Force and Violence at a Quaker-Promoted Peace Meeting, from the trash can. Recycling is a part of saving the ozone. Eddie Two Rivers and a videographer got there between the lake is closed and taking down the tent top. But saving Eddie from having to spend for food at Heartland's refreshment stand. All in all, we had more fun than those poor Afghans trying to have a wedding party. And Eddie, almost unrecognizable with a haircut, said he would contribute to print about beach poetry if I were included too.
Aww.
flood-soaked beaches. My Uncle Ed had a little trouble hearing due to World War II. Got jumpy from loud noises, but returned home intact. Arms, legs, fingers, toes, baby blues, turned up nose, handsome Irishman, loved by Elsie, wife and mother of his two, Faye and Donald, who shared his baby blues. Railroad job, union man, back to work after the war. When he left for work that morning, after a simple kiss, "Goodbye, darling," sandwich and bag, coffee thermos, "I've been working on the..." He ought to have known when Jimmy the engineer offered him a nip of whiskey for his coffee that chilly spring morn. He climbed up the sidecar to tighten up a hinge when Jimmy, drunk, hit the rails hard, then the brakes. And Ed found himself, wind knocked out of him, flat on his back, staring at the sky. The train car jerked. He tried to get out, but not before both legs were on one side of the train and he couldn't see his knees. Only blood, the red, juicy stuff of life. He bellowed, not so much in pain as in shock, outrage, shame. All the bloodshed he'd witnessed and survived, but not now. "Jesus, Jimmy," he cried, "you cut off my legs, my goddamn legs!" Riley scrambled to get his belt around one. "Don't worry, Ed. We'll get you through this. I just need another tourniquet." "Don't shit me, Riley. I know what's what. Now who'll teach my son to be a man? Tell my Elsie I love her." "Jesus, I'm doing the hoochie-coochie here. I can't get warm." "Warm me up, will you? Just warm me up." Baby blues merged with the blue of the sky. My Uncle Ed survived the beaches of Normandy, only to bleed to death a year later in the train yards of Chicago. Honey, you want to come up here for this one? It's oh to be loved by you. You want to start it? Remember how it goes? I think it's oh to be loved by you.
Oh, to be loved by you.
To be held in hands of beauty with the confidence of birds in mid-flight. Certain of this wing, my heart swoops and soars, singing songs of you.
Banquet of love, I feast myself on you.
Your scent sweet as apples, heady succulence, exulting in simply skipping, holding hands, dreams of together sharing early morning laughter.
Midlife sighs,
I settle into your late night breathing.
I soothe your birthing cries.
Yet we are mortal, imprints upon sand. Let us become a pyramid, you and I,
Transcendent symphony, eternal song of harmony.
as candlelight sparkles in your twilight autumn eyes. My heart cries out, much to my dismay. This heart, barricaded by scars, destroyed by lies, lies, lies. This heart cries out, oh, if only to be loved by you.